Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be speaking with Brill. Her name is synonymous with success, and we're going to find out about her career. We're going to find out, what makes her tick, some of her aspirations, and we're also going to find out why she continues to choose to partner with Centum. So today I have the pleasure of speaking to one of Centum's family that has been nominated for multiple awards, is a woman of influence, who's been described as a trailblazer. We have none other than Brill sitting down with us today. So thank you for joining me, Anne.
Thank you.
We're going to learn a little bit about you. We're going to learn why you've decided to partner with Centum, and what it is that really makes you tick.
Sounds great.
Awesome. So why don't we start with understanding a little bit about your history in the industry?
I'm an ex-banker. I worked for both Scotia and CIBC for several years. I decided to branch off and become a mortgage agent actually 20 years ago.
Wow.
So I was an agent with various different brokerages. I then decided I wanted to build something of my own.
Right.
And 10 years ago, I actually joined the Centum family.
Okay.
I think a year or so after, I did become a principal broker.
Okay.
So I am the principal broker for Centum Metro Cap Wealth Solutions Inc. now.
Nice.
For about 10 years. Thank you.
So can we rewind a little bit? You were in the banking world, and then you made the decision to branch out as a broker or an agent. Walk me through that thought process. What was the catalyst?
Well, I was at CIBC. I was a senior financial advisor for CIBC. Back then, it was in their Imperial Service Department where I was making a salary and a commission.
Okay.
And I actually met one of my clients who was an accountant at the time.
Okay.
And he said to me, "You are not normal banker. I think I want to do business with you."
Okay, nice.
So I'm like, okay, that was a big decision, but eventually I did end up leaving.
Nice.
We became partners. So he's a little bit older than I am. You know what? Different culture, different race, different stage in life, but we just clicked as people.
Nice.
To this day, he's actually one of my best friends.
Nice.
So he's a great man, and he's still an accountant.
Nice. Okay.
So I was doing a lot of mortgages and that kind of thing for his business.
Oh, okay.
It was a weird situation because I actually was doing financial planning for his clients.
Okay.
And then I was introduced to somebody by the name of Patricia Giankis, who said to me, "You should go into mortgage brokering." And I'm like, I didn't know that world at all.
Yeah.
So I did.
Nice.
I figured, it's another tool in your belt, so why not do the mortgages as well? So I joined back then, I don't recall which brokerage, but I joined a brokerage. I did that for a bit, and it was a slow start, but I actually really enjoyed the mortgage side. So I decided to do that full time eventually. So about 9 years later, Patricia Giankis reached out to me and said, I met two clients, and they both said to me, "Oh, no, this is the best mortgage broker, go to her." And they both passed her my business card. So we sat down to meet, and she actually owned Centum Metro Cap Wealth Solutions Inc. prior to me coming on board. And she just wanted to do different things more with the credit side.
Right.
And so she said, "Why don't you come and run this?" So then, and that's what happened.
Nice.
Small world.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we are actually business partners today.
Nice.
And then I run the mortgage side, and she does like different kinds of things on the credit side.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And do you find that your background in financial planning and financial advice has benefited you in the mortgage world?
No.
No?
I really don't.
No?
Listen, I've been a banker. At 19, I was hired as a teller.
Okay.
Okay. And yes, you know what? To know a little bit about finance does help.
Right.
Okay, don't get me wrong. But when you get to the mortgage side, as a mortgage agent, it is night and day from a bank level.
100%, yeah.
Right? Very, very different. When I was at CIBC, I believe even at Scotiabank, I was doing mortgages, very different from what it is today.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I often find that when I speak with a broker who's come from the banking world, they're having that transition period, and it's a challenge because the banking world, you know, if it's on the balance sheet, there's a lot of things that you can do, whereas when you come into the monoline world or you're dealing with lenders, it's a little bit more stringent. So it's I can understand when you say that it didn't really help because, correct me if I'm wrong, the things that you learned would have been specifically applicable for where you were working and the products that you were working with.
100%. I was never a mortgage specialist though.
Right, yeah.
So someone being a mortgage specialist, I'm sure the transition will be a little easier. I never did that world.
Yeah.
I was doing financial planning
Right.
At the two lenders. So it was different.
Yeah.
I mean, there is stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, being in the industry and moving over to this industry, you see obviously the connection. But it's just a different world.
Totally.
It's a different world.
So when you said 10 years ago that you decided to step into the Centum family, walk me through that thought process.
Okay, so when I met Patricia, she was already with Centum.
Okay.
So I joined her. Everything was already established. So the name was established.
Right.
She already had a connection with Centum, and we just continued that.
Right. Okay.
So that wasn't, it was just, I inherited something. I just walked into something that was already there at that time.
But 10 years, that means that you've made a choice to stay.
100%.
So yeah.
A few years later, doing the kind of numbers that I do and being in a little bit of a spotlight that I am, various different brokerages actually did approach me. Truthfully, when they were approaching me, I didn't even realize my Centum contract was coming up for maturity within the year. I didn't even know that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm in a, you know. So anyways, so that made me have that, trying to sit down and figure out where not only myself now, but my team of agents are going to go and try and make a decision for everybody. So it tries to satisfy everybody. I did talk to several different brokerages. And at the end of the day, it made a difference. See, at the end of the day, whether it's Centum or Dominion, any other companies out there, at the end of the day, it's the relationships I have with people.
Right.
I think the Centum head office team has always been there to support. Although I never really asked for support in the past, truthfully. And at the end of the day, I truly believe that I will succeed no matter where I go.
Right.
I sell Brill. I don't sell almost anything else. I sell my name. I sell who I am.
Right.
And I just figured Centum would be the great place for me to rejoin, stay on board, and succeed with an underdog at the time. So that's why I decided to join and stay with Centum.
Thank you. And so you would have seen, like, being with Centum for 10 years, you would have seen a lot of changes occur recently. And I mean, it's no secret that historically, you know, about a decade ago, we didn't have the best reputation. But, you know, since Chris Turcotte came on board, he's made a huge effort to make sure that the brokers that are under the Centum or in the Centum family are aligned with our Centum values. How important is that for you to be aligned with a company that has, you know, integrity, values honesty, and family?
That's one of the reasons I actually decided to stay on with Centum. So that is very important. In the past, I think I used to tell people my name.
Right.
Not my company name.
Okay, interesting.
Now I'm very proud to say I'm Centum MetroCap. You know, I own an independent, you know, office out in North York. Very proud. And I need to be part of something bigger than just who I am.
Totally.
Integrity, the family. I mean, if you go to any events, you feel it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone reaches out to me, and I've had different brokerages, Centum brokerages reach out to me throughout the country and say to me, you know what, I'm a broker in this province. I have no problem helping anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I would help anyone from anywhere probably, but even more so, you know what, you're part of the family, and that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And that's how Centum head office talks too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
When people go above and beyond what is expected, you know what? It looks good. I'm happy and proud to be part of this company.
Thank you. you sharing that you're happy to work with brokers from other provinces, help them out. It really is a great illustration of that family value.
100%.
Because we're all Centum, so why wouldn't we help each other out?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So the word family, we use it a lot. What does it mean to you?
Someone who has my back. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I want, it's easy for people in life to be there when things are good.
Yes.
It's harder. That's true family to me, and a true friend is when someone is there when times are tough.
Yeah.
So I want someone there for me. I want someone that I can say, I know they've got my back.
Right. Right.
Okay? So that's exactly what family is to me.
Beautiful. And that's also a theme that runs through that you were sharing with me earlier about how you feel about your clients. You've got their back, and that's why they come to you. Do you want to speak to that a little bit?
Sure. So at the end of the day, okay, we are doing this for money.
Right.
Okay? For me, money is a secondary thing.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I'm looking to help them out.
Right.
I understand it's the biggest purchase of their life. Educate, make sure I get them the best possible deal for their situation.
Right, yeah.
And by doing that, I have grown a 20-year business with, truthfully, nominal or any marketing whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, providing the best product for their situation, because there's not one product for everybody. There's not one rate for everybody. Everybody's situation is unique. And the fact that you're able to identify that and navigate it and provide the clients with, the solution for their current situation, speaks volumes, because it can be, I imagine it can be easy to fall into the trap of just like, oh, this is a mortgage, this will work, this is a low rate, where it sounds like you dig deeper and you go further than that.
You have to. Like at the end of the day, really listening to your clients, because one client, very interest rate sensitive, there's nothing wrong with that. But then you really listen to them, it's nothing to do with interest rates. It's cash flow.
Right.
They're drowning.
Yeah.
So you make sure you provide that right solution that makes sense for them today.
Yes.
And sometimes there's different steps that you have to take to get them to where you want to get for them to be at the end of the day. It might take a year or two, possibly even 3. Yeah. So you tell your client, today this is where we're at.
Right.
But it'll help you today. It's not where we want to be, but it'll help you for today.
Yeah.
It'll service your immediate need, and then you will listen to me. We will go through it together. So it's not like I do a deal and I'm done.
Right.
So every so often, you know what? Have you done A, B, and C?
Right.
To be able to, at the end of the year or the end of the term, to be able to take you to where we want to be.
Yeah, the follow-up. It sounds like
100%.
the follow-up. Because to your point, it's really like, it's a mortgage strategy. So it can be, I imagine it's, with all the files coming in, it can be difficult to keep track of everything, but it really speaks to your level of commitment to your clients that you are following up to make sure they're back on track or make sure they're following the plan.
That's right.
Because the plan is only good if they follow it.
100%.
And it can be difficult for people if they're not used to budgeting or they've got cash flow issues. They have the initial fix and then they think everything's, oh, it's great, I can relax now. And then the old habits slip. But you're there with the whip saying, 100%. Nope, we got to stay on track, because the tough years might be 2 or 3, but they're going to be so much better off.
Yes.
After that, right?
100%. Yes. Exactly. So you try and guide them in the right way. At the end of the day, they have to follow those steps the best they can to get us to be able to do our job in the future.
Right.
And you know what? Look, in the past few years, a lot of times that path has to change because the industry has changed.
Right.
Lenders have different criteria.
Yeah.
So you know what? You have to just be on top of your clients to make sure, you know what? I asked you to do this. Now, actually, I want you to do that instead.
Yeah.
So that happens too.
The landscape changes.
Yes.
And so, your plan may have to pivot. And the fact that you're willing to go back to them and act like it's a living plan, essentially.
It is.
Which is phenomenal, because set the plan and then you can forget it. But no, that's not the case.
It's not the case.
Yeah.
And like I said, with all the changes, and you know, at the same time, the dynamic of their family might change. So that might change a lot of different things. So you know what, the house might be now too small.
Right.
So we have to buy something bigger, and you know what, but everything has to change.
Yeah, yeah. And so how, like you said that you've grown your business with very little marketing. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. So 20 years doing this, okay, I'd be exaggerating if I said I spent thousands. Like I have not spent almost any money whatsoever in marketing.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I take care of my client.
Okay.
And then some.
Right.
Okay. I take care of them. It's not just the financial side. I feel like I'm everyone's psychiatrist too.
Yes, in this industry, yes.
So you know what? You sincerely care about the family. I actually don't ask for any referrals.
Wow.
I can tell you in my cabinets, you can go through, I might have one huge cabinet, an entire family.
Wow.
Because when you service someone and you take care of someone,
Yeah.
they feel it.
Yeah.
They know what you've done for them. They want to promote you so that whatever relief they got, whatever satisfaction they got, they can pass it to their friends and family.
Yeah.
So that's how I've grown my business. Most of it has been word of mouth.
That's phenomenal. I mean, that goes back to that family value of yours. You're treating them like family. They're not just a file. It can be tempting to just be very transactional, but this is relationship building. These are clients that you're going to have for years and years and years.
That's right.
And that's how, in my opinion, you build a successful business, and one that can weather, blips in the industry or challenging times, because you've got that base.
That's right. That's right.
Wonderful. Thank you. So, and are you able to describe the culture in your office?
I believe everyone that walks into my office feels like they're part of the family. My assistant, Diana, is the front person that you would see. Very welcoming. Everyone is here to help. Even agents that come in here, like agents are independent contractors. I have agents come in here and then other agents are here doing their own deals and they help each other for no reason other than to truly help.
Right.
So I believe it's a warm, nice feeling, and people do feel welcome in here.
That's really nice. I mean,
did you feel that?
Yes, yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a moment I walked in, it was like, can I get your coffee?
Okay,
like,
great.
Making sure I was feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact that everyone's helping each other within the office speaks volumes. Traditionally, it can be quite a competitive industry where it's like being in the same demographic, I'm guessing, geographically, they could potentially be fighting for clients, but instead they're helping each other out, lifting each other up, which
100%.
is it's really nice to see, because it's...
I got to tell you, I've had deals in where it was an old client, coincidentally, of one of my agents, and then a new agent of mine.
Right.
They're doing the deal. And I'm like, you know what? Talk it out. See what you can do. And a lot of times they've done the deal together.
Oh, nice.
So it's very nice. Like, you know what? I don't feel any competition within anybody in this office.
Really?
So yeah, no,
awesome.
we feel very much family ourselves.
Awesome. And so when your agents' clients come to them, why are they choosing those agents? What about your office and your agents attracts those clients?
You know what? A lot of as an independent agent, you're out there hustling, doing your thing, being part of the community, being part of whether cultural, sports related, religious, being out there, and people feel comfortable with them.
Yeah.
And the same way I sell Ann Brill, I'm sure all my agents sell them.
Right.
Okay. It's nice to have a large company behind us, and that shows a lot too. But I think a lot of people are selling themselves as well.
Well, in order for it to work, everybody has to have similar sort of values.
Yes.
So the fact that you're so family oriented and that you treat your clients so well, I would imagine that flows through to your agents as well, because you're leading by example. You're showing them how much care you take for them, for your clients. So then they're like, okay, this is what I need to do too. And you know, they are individual and individual contractors, but they're also a reflection on you.
Very much so.
So
very much so, yeah.
You know, I would imagine that you would want them reflecting your values.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
like.
And I mean, a lot of my agents are new or maybe need some help or whatever the case may be. So, you know, we do a lot of offering of three-way calls.
Nice.
So it's my agent, their client, and myself. And they learn from that.
Yeah.
And what I say, how I say. I actually just did one very recently for a fairly new agent. So I was speaking with an agent on the phone with his client and trying to advise them as to their mortgages maturing. After some deliberation, by asking a few questions, I actually said to the client, renew where you're at. That made the most sense. So, and I explained why, and I understand.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, my agent's probably going, oh my gosh, I brought him in the door, oh my gosh.
Stop.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I explained,
Right.
listen, this transaction, it makes sense to renew.
Right.
But the next transaction we can do for you. So we disconnected the three-way call. My agent ended up calling me back and said, I got to tell you, I'm very happy with what you said because obviously you're looking at the first interest of the client.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I understand how hard it is to get someone in the door.
Yeah.
But it truly, at the end of the day, this made the most sense for them. And by being truthful, they will come back to you.
100%. Yeah, it
Okay,
speaks back to
so-
that honesty and integrity.
Yeah.
Because if you put them in something that doesn't really work or, you know, isn't the best solution, they will remember that. But they also remember the fact that you said no.
Yeah.
And they didn't feel pressured. Whereas, like, I'm sure not everybody would have been, you know, they would have just seen the dollar signs.
You can't live like that. Like
Yeah.
I said, at the end of the day, now it's easy for me to say I've been doing this for a long time and I do a lot of deals. Like I said, this gentleman might be 1-2 deals a month that comes his way.
Yeah.
So I understand that. But I explained to him after why I said what I said. And actually, he was amazing. He was very appreciative and said, you know what? I prefer that.
Yeah, what a great learning experience for him
Yeah.
to go forward and have that integrity. Nice. And so what would you say some of your proudest accomplishments have been, both for work and then for personal?
Work in 2018, I won Mortgage Broker of the Year. Very,
Congratulations.
very, very happy about that.
What did that mean to you?
That was my Oscar.
Yeah?
Right? That was, you know what? My moment.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to have lots of moments in life. I get that. But that was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
That first year, if I'm not mistaken, was first time Centum has ever won an award at the CMA Awards. That was a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
When I'm sitting at a table with a few of my team members, as well as people from Centum head office, genuine to the bottom of their hearts, were as proud of me as I was of myself.
Yeah.
Very important. I love it. I'm out there, like you said, Women of Influence, Hot List, Brokerage of the Year. We've won several different types of awards. I love it. Yes, the name Anne Brill it's almost like not my name. It's almost like out there.
It's a brand
But it is. It's almost, you know, but it's, and you know what? At the end of the day, like I said, my girls in my office, no matter what happens, like they're always there for me. And that's important.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in terms of accomplishments, personally, my biggest accomplishment in life is my little girl. So she'll be 15 next month. My sister's my best friend.
Nice.
My husband's another best friend of mine. Like very close. My mom is my best friend.
Wow.
Very, very close family. I have a sister and a brother. Everyone's very close. My parents, like every morning I drop off my little girl to school and I go to my mom's every morning and have coffee with my parents every morning.
What do you attribute that closeness to? Because not everybody is as lucky as you to have that close connection with their parents, their children, and their brothers and sisters.
You know what? I lost my father when I was 12 years old. Shook up my entire family. My mom was 30. I was 12. My sister was 10.
Wow.
So you know what? You grow up very fast. I know a big part of who I am today is my mother.
Right.
Not to take anything away from my dad, because he was there for the first 12 years and he was a big, big influence on me. And I do the same thing now with my little girl. A few years ago, I did rappel down City Hall.
Wow.
To make a wish. And if you know me as a person, like my husband says to me, you're scared to jaywalk. What are you doing? So it was a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, it was to show, and my daughter knows, that kind of stuff scare me.
Yeah.
To show her that you put your mind to anything, you can do anything
Right,
you want.
right.
When my little girl, I think it was in grade 6 when she graduated and honors and great little girl, she actually wrote a speech. And one of the things that she brought up was, my mom was scared, yet she still went and rappelled down City Hall. I can do whatever, you know what I mean? So to me, it was worth being so scared up there, you know? It's a big deal.
It's a big no.
It is. It was a big deal. I still think about it and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal.
Well, it's amazing, like, your mother showed you such strength, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're showing your daughter such strength. And here are these strong women doing, and you know, you're on lists, you're winning awards, you're showing your daughter she can do whatever she wants. And you were afraid to like go, like I would be afraid to do that too, but you overcame your fears. And you showed her, like, you just put your mind to it, you can do it. You can do it. It's
everything
like,
in life.
Yeah.
Everything in life.
Yeah.
And just, you know what, at the end of the day, whatever you decide is important to you.
Right.
You know, people come to me all the time and say to me, I'm successful. Okay, you know what, I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
you know what,
what is
everyone,
success,
you
right?
have to qualify it, right?
Right.
Or just like, I make a lot of money. Okay, that's,
Right.
you
Are
can't
you
do
happy,
that.
right?
Everyone's,
Yeah.
you know what, at the end of the day, it's, you know what you put into something. And really quantifying what that means. Success to me could be very different for what success to you is, right?
Yeah.
My family, my closeness with my entire family is more important to me than $1.
Yeah.
Okay? Nothing matters except my family.
Well,
So,
and we that's a common theme I'm seeing, especially coming out of, you know, COVID and having that isolation period. Some people, you know, my family's in Australia. I haven't been able to have them meet their grandson. So it really does crystallize how important family is. And so the fact that you are already ahead of the curve, realizing how important family is phenomenal. But yeah, it's really all that we have, right?
Yeah.
That human connection is all that we have. And that human connection that you have with your clients is all that really matters, because the rest will come.
yeah.
Because
I
they
believe
feel
the
it.
same.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, money always comes.
Yeah.
Right? And I truly believe the type of person I am, I will be successful at anything I do in life. I choose this. I love what I do. I've been doing this for 20 years. I love it. I know it shows in, I know my passion shows for the industry. I know my passion shows for my clients. And that's why I believe I'm as successful as I am.
So when you speak about your achievements, I can see the pride in your eyes, how proud you are for how far you've come with Centum, and how proud you are for overcoming, you know, these fears of yours.
See, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm 50 years old. I am Greek. I was born in Greece. I came when I was very young.
Which part of Greece?
So northern Greece.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from northern Greece. I came here. You know what? Both my parents were working blue collar employees. So it's a nice thing to be able to say I built something. It's nice, you know what? When you go out there, I mean, I know my family's very proud of me. So when I go into my optometrist's office, and I look around, and my optometrist comes up to me and says, "Oh, I just saw your mom a couple of days ago." And I sit down, and the magazines with me on the cover are everywhere. I'm like, "How did you get these?" He goes, "Well, you know what? Your mom told me you won Mortgage Broker of the World." And I said, "Actually, it was of Canada, but okay." So you know what? It's out there. It's nice. Like I said, you know, it's very proud. You know what? And everyone around me sincerely is happy.
Yeah.
And that's who you want at the end of the day. I want to be around people that are sincerely happy. At the end of the day, it doesn't diminish someone else's success because I'm successed.
100%.
And the same thing for me to them.
Yeah.
You can be sincerely happy for people, whatever that success is in life. When I turned 50, I bought a Porsche 911 Carrera S convertible. Big deal for me.
Yeah, it is.
And my husband's a big car fanatic.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, you know what? You've always wanted this Porsche. Let's do it.
Treat yourself.
Exactly. So, and then you look at the sticker price, and I'm like, no, thanks.
Yeah, right.
Like, we're really, I'm like, no, I just, it's not
You're
something.
like, do it for me.
It's okay.
I don't want to be involved in the transaction.
You know what? I'm like, I did it.
Yeah, nice.
You know what? I love it. And once again, to show, I have nieces and nephews besides my daughter, to say, you know what? You can do this too.
Yeah.
I'm not any more special than you are. You know what? You put your mind to something, and people ask me all the time, what makes you more successful than, lady or buddy down the street kind of thing. I will do what they won't do.
Yeah. And
that's what makes me more successful. When I look at an opportunity, I make sure that I figure out a way to help people. When something, I have agents that I've known out there that say, I only touch AAA deals. Good for you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But truthfully, the more hair and teeth in a deal, the more we'll make on it.
Yeah.
But it's, yes, a little more work and a little more figuring out how to do this and figure out the right solution. That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
I've done deals, and people come to me a lot because they know I can figure out ways to do things.
Yeah.
And I don't shy away from anything.
Well, one of your pillars, and correct me if I'm wrong, is a solution for every problem.
Yes, very much so. I try, and I really try and exhaust the best possible ideas and finding that right solution for them. And once again, for their situation, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it might be you need to sell your home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't afford this, right? You need to sell your home. But I will provide that. As hard as a solution is to tell and as easy as it is, I'm there to provide advice.
Well, it's interesting. I'm seeing a real common theme with our top performers with, being comfortable and confident enough to provide to have these difficult conversations with clients, such as like, you need to sell your house. I don't think that everybody would be confident enough to say that to a client. So, the confidence, talk to me about that. Where does that come from?
From a young age, my mother.
Yeah.
From a young age, right? I've always been loud and proud. My husband thinks a bit too loud sometimes, but you know what? And it's crazy is like we do events, we go out there and we talk, and I know I'm very social, but I'm not. You know what? I'd rather just be up north in my place and do nothing and, relax or sit, in front of your computer and do your thing. But you know what? I always push myself to those limits, whether it's having that hard conversation with a client.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I think you have to. I think that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then, you can rest assured that you've given the client in the best financial advice. I mean, I know that you feel like it's not connected, but I feel that there is some like kernels of
100% there is
knowledge that you're bringing over, and you're giving your client the family talk, right?
Yeah,
you're having that family chat with them that some people maybe in their family aren't in a position to do because they don't have the information. But that's, I think, really important to talk about, because we're so focused on closing those files, getting that commission. But what about also having those honest conversations? Because to your point, they connect with you on a human level, and the only constant in life is change. So they're going through a rough patch now. Maybe selling their house is what needs to be done, but who knows what's happening 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road. They might be in a position to buy, and who are they going to go to? The person that told them the truth, and they followed the advice, and they're better for it. So it's it's commendable.
Thank you. And it's, it is hard for someone like me to say no to people. It's very hard.
Yeah.
I have learned that. It took me a long time to really learn that, where sometimes I see a deal and I say to the clients, no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, someone down the street said I can. I said, listen to me.
Yeah.
The deal can be done.
Right.
But it doesn't make sense for you. It does not make sense.
Yeah.
do this and that, and then eventually you'll get there. And a year goes so fast, but you'll be that much better off if you listen to what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
So you try and do good by people and not worry and not really concentrate on the transactional. Like really try not to do that. Like I said, at the end of the day, but like I said, I do enough business that I can afford to, you know, some people that get in one or two deals, it's hard to let go.
Yeah, totally.
But you know what, if you do good by people, good will happen back, right?
Yeah, I strongly believe that. I mean, like your North Star is giving your clients advice, like honest advice that essentially like you would want someone to tell you, right?
100%,
like,
yes.
So the ability to put yourself in your client's shoes, it speaks volumes because you're having this repeat business, you're having people refer you, you haven't made a huge cash injection into marketing, but look at where you are, 100 million funded?
Yes, the team has funded 100 million last year, first time, yes.
You don't do that without, like, you know, your secret sauce is your level of caring.
Yeah.
So without giving too much away, what do the next 5 years hold for Brill?
So the next 5 years, I'm going to be with Centum, grow, and be successful for whatever that means to me.
Okay.
My little girl should be in university in 5 years. Life will be very different on the personal side for me, but I'd like to grow this team and that 100 million funded, hopefully 500 million funded, and remain with Centum.
Nice, nice. So that 500 million funded, I mean, are you looking to grow your brokerage and have more agents come on board?
Yes, I don't have a problem with that. But I think a lot of my agents now are really stepping up and actually really producing. So it'll be nice to, you know what, have the team. See, when we went to the Vision Awards, a very proud moment is 7 of my members got awards.
Beautiful.
So proud.
Yeah. So
proud. And I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
I want to see everyone shine. It's not just, like I said, it's not just about me.
Yeah.
I want to see everyone shine and do well. My bookkeeper always says, "Why are you so happy when you sign checks?" I'm like, because that means people are making money. I love it.
Yeah.
I love signing checks. That means people are making money. That's a good thing.
Well, you said something that really kind of hit home a bit earlier, that like just because I'm having success, it doesn't take away from you and your success. And I think that that's something we kind of forget sometimes. We're very quick to compare ourselves, and you know, people's success doesn't take anything away, doesn't diminish anything of yours or what you've done. And you know, you lifting up your agents only just lifts yourself up, right? It speaks to your character, because it's easy to, you know, want to have all the spotlight for yourself or want to have all the accolades, but you know, you understand that they've earned it, and but you're also a huge part of them earning these awards. So it's, you know, it's beautiful to see that you're so proud of them, and it goes back to that family, right? Like your family's so proud of family when they achieve greatness. Yeah. So, you know, it really speaks to those, you know, the Centum values, but also like what's strong, like a value of yours, that, you know, it's the pride that you have with your team.
I love it. I love it. And like I said, and even with the whole Centum family, at that Vision Awards, I met a few other brokers throughout the country that I think maybe we've talked a little bit through social media.
Yeah.
And so nice to see people are successful.
Yeah.
So nice to see that we are making people's head turn at Centum. Very nice to see that.
Yeah.
Like I said, very proud to be part of this team. I recently just signed up another 5 years, I believe a few months ago. So.
And what was part of that choice? Because you're choosing to stay with Centum.
Yes.
What was part of, like, what were some of the key factors that you thought about or were involved in making that decision?
Chris Turcotte, the entire team. Carolyn Rapson, the entire Centum team.
Yeah.
I know, like, they've always reached out to me and said, what can we do to make you more successful? I don't know yet. I don't know what I really, I have to really think about. I don't know.
Right.
I know there's more things I can do out there. Like I said, potentially podcasts or different things that I don't even know I'm aware of.
Right.
So I'm thinking about what I can do. And once again, they have my back. I
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
I believe if I come to them and say, I need this, they will help me the best they can.
I have to honestly say that Chris Turcott is everybody's biggest cheerleader, and he's much like yourself. He has this great sense of pride when he sees the Centum family achieving great things, and he's very much a yes person.
Yes.
You know, it's the yes and, not the no, we can't do that because.
Yes.
So it's a really like liberating space to be in, because I don't think it's a very traditional like environment where it's like, yeah, okay, that's your idea, run with it, see where it goes. And he might know it may not work, but the opportunity for you is to have that learning experience.
That's right.
Or the opportunity for me is that learning experience. Okay, I did it this way, it didn't work. Let's refocus and pivot. So it's it's a one, like, having recently joined, I'm like beyond happy to be here. And you know, the things that you're speaking about and speaking to, they're the things that attracted me to the company.
Right.
So
it was an easy decision. This one that, like I said, I think my contract was just coming up for maturity, if I'm not mistaken, this year. And then an opportunity arose where, you know, we're looking at, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I didn't want to think about it. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Why would I want to change something that makes me happy? I'm happy where I'm at.
Yeah.
And we continue and looking forward to, like I said, at the end of the day, growing with Centum.
Yeah. Awesome. Beautiful. Well, Anne, I want to thank you so much for your time and your honesty and your opening up and your emotions. It was, I've really enjoyed getting to know you a little bit more.
Thank you.
And as I was saying, you know, Anne Brill is synonymous with success. So we're always here for you, whatever you need. Just give me a shout. And, you know, if you want to get on a podcast with me.
Thank you,
I'm sure we can think
Thank
of stuff
you.
to talk about our pets. But thank you so much, Anne.
Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.